It's Sunday, so I've got my Sunday routine going, draining the pressure accumulator, running the genset. Well, this thing appears to be sucking air, which is good. Means water level's low. But it's still getting some, so I'll leave it go for a little while. I just thought I'd fire up this computer while I was here and make sure the latest Windows 10 updates are applied, so that it's up to date before I put a Windows 11 update on it when I receive the TPMs. Well, it's all turned off now, apart from the pump being turned back on, and I see that the other pressure relief or bleeder thing is popped its top off too. So sometime when I can get some of Azra's time, we'll look at replacing this unit with the one that's under the bench inside. This one. So yeah, sometime. Well, this may take a while. I think I'll go back to the lounge room and just leave this cooking. You can see the Ethernet activity up there. That's all downloads for Windows Update. So it may go on for a while because it's not even, well, it's telling me a little bit of progress here at the moment. So yeah, maybe I'll stick around. Yeah, well, I might just leave it go after all. I'll come back after, well, after I cool down over in the house a bit. Hopefully this won't overheat in the meantime. I do seem to recall this one did have a tendency to turn off if it got too hot. I'll leave the fan going for it too, carry the heat away. I came back from the house, and while I was waiting for this to finish, I saw there was a sparrow inside here. So we haven't got it sparrow proof yet, which pleases me not at all. There had been some sign that there was at least one getting in. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. The other thing I noticed while I was sitting here was we have actually accumulated some cracks from earth tremors apparently. Like, there's one. There's one over there. Another one over that window. They're also over the other side. So yeah, there's my most recent earth tremor apparently has cracked the shed a bit. Well, looks like time to go home for lunch. And 34.5 degrees, 60% humidity. Yeah, starting to become a little bit uncomfortable. That's just residual pressure in the pressure accumulator. I've turned off the pump. So pressure accumulator does a good job. Now we're down to the air bar, isn't it? Now I'll go and open the vent so this can continue draining. Well, I got out the plant identifying app on my mobile phone, and it says that one's cocoa, that one's cocoa, that one's cocoa, that one's cocoa, and that one's cocoa. So I haven't found any coffee. But, oh well, 5 cocoa. So one of them looks pretty healthy at least. And we have a lemon there with a mandarin behind it. The mandarin is looking really vigorous, so that's good. The passion fruit on the trellis, I don't know if they're actually producing, like, they seem to have fruit but I never get any, so I don't know whether the small children are harvesting those or what. But I was just having a look at photos from June last year, and none of this stuff was here. The fence was there, but I don't think the garden beds were there. And certainly those plants between here and the end of the fence were not here. So lots grown in 14 months. And I can hear Jubaedah cleaning up the wet area between the tank and the shed in here. It gets a bit mouldy in there and slippery, which worries her a lot, but I'm going to slip over. And I'm just draining the pressure accumulator while she's doing that. So this rather manky looking plant at the end of the main trellis is supposedly a mandarin. It's very chewed. Then we have key lime, very healthy looking mandarin, and a very splayed out lemon. So we've got a bit of citrus here. I had planned to go over to the shed and get the ladder and bring it back and put a new end on that cable to the camera at the southeast corner of the house, but I thought I'd check the weather station first. I've reconsidered. I don't think I'll go just now. Well, it looks a bit unpleasant out there. Well, it's Thursday morning, and after looking at the temperature yesterday afternoon, I decided that I would come over this morning and get the ladder and work on that cable at the southeast corner of the house. But now Jubaedah's gone off to Panambang with Dadang, so I'd best stick around close to the house. She doesn't like it when I go and do things when she's not around to rescue me if something goes wrong. Okay. Excess of caution for safety? Yes, okay. Looking at this jambu tree here, you can see there's leaves there that are thoroughly chewed, but that doesn't seem to have held it back. It's really grown, and it's growing well at the moment. So the bugs are not winning, it seems, but that is blocking the view more from the camera up there on the tank stand. That's the one that looks at the shed. And our antennas up there are not in use anymore. They were there for the USB 4G modem. That gave us our internet via a cell tower in Panambang, but now we have fibre. And you can see that the coating on the tank there is falling apart. Those metal bars you can see there, the remnants of the plastic at the left hand end, they put up the plastic to enclose that tank that was not UV stable, the same one that fell apart over the shed that they replaced. So we need to make sure we do a replacement over here as well at some stage. It's just going 9:15 and it's already pretty warm outside anyway. 30, like 36. No wonder I like my air conditioned lounge room. That said, it is 26.5 degrees in my lounge room, which is cooler than elsewhere, but also the big factor is the fact that the air conditioning dehumidifies, so it's only 50% humidity, so it's much more comfortable. Well, it's Friday again. I don't seem to have achieved much this week. I was going to get the ladder this morning and go and change that end on the Ethernet cable at the southeast corner of the house, but I buggered up my left Achilles tendon on the recliner chair. Unreclining requires pressing down with your feet into the footrest to straighten up the back and lock the thing in place, and it takes a bit of a wallop, and this is not the first time I've caused soreness on my left Achilles tendon doing that. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to wrap this one up, I guess. can tell you that the rice factories are full production, and they're drying more rice out here currently. Can't quite see it there behind what I guess are cassava plants. Don't know when this foundation will actually get used, but in the meantime it's growing cassava and sweet potato by the look of it. And there's more harvesting going on rice over in the distance. Badly bug affected season. Yeah, well, anyway, I'll go and do an upload.